It's not all about the money in project management, so forget about the price tag. Well, for this lesson at least. Because here we're going to discuss the non-financial resources that will be needed for a project. Primarily, non-financial resources are humans, so that's what we're going to focus on now, human resources. Right, let's cut to the chase. It's time for another analysis. There are 4 parts to it. First, you define the type of resources. Then, you estimate how much time you will need. Thirdly, you validate the availability of the people you need. And lastly, you assign roles and responsibilities to them. As project manager, the first thing you should do is take your work breakdown structure as you have before and understand what kind of support is needed to execute the project. Whether the experts you need are external or already employed in the organization, this is the time to identify them. One thing to note is that management effort should also be accounted for. Many make the mistake that management are available by default. But if your analysts have worked to the bone to finish their work by the deadline only to have the management approval delayed because you haven't allocated the 2 days needed to check the work, then not only will you have some unhappy analysts, but you have also pushed back your entire project. Managers are busy people, and they will not always have the time in their schedule, unless you plan for it. The second part of the process is the estimations. You need to estimate the time each expert needs to dedicate to complete each of the activities. And don't forget your optimism bias and adding buffers. The tactics and charts we have used so far translate nicely to this area too. The next 2 parts we will cover in the next lessons, as they get a little more complex. After all, we are dealing with people who have varying schedules and workloads. So I'll see you there.